I'm live streaming right now. Oh, I feel so weird when I live stream. What is happening? Oh no. Oh, hi. I wasn't expecting anyone to jump in so fast. How are you guys today? The camera's kind of awkwardly set up because the laptop could only fit here and the camera only looks good right here because my fish tank is right here. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be looking this way for most of the video. Hi Eve Flair, how are you? And Skipper and Soren and Abby, what's up? How are you? And Raphael, how are you? Hold on, I'm trying to put a thumbnail on this live stream so YouTube doesn't give me a really ugly thumbnail. Ooh, it's so fun streaming. Oh, Huplana, how are you? It's good to see you. I'm happy to stream. I have a really good setup to stream because I used to stream a long time ago on Twitch and I just haven't gotten around to it because, I don't know. I love streaming, I just haven't gotten around to it. What's up, Sleepy? Nothing much. I've been kind of planning to do this for a little while and I didn't say anything to anyone, so I wasn't expecting very many people to be here. Hello, Scott's Aquatics. You're at work? Oh my god, you're your own boss and you can't even give yourself a break. Come on, Tyson. And it's time to change your username, by the way. Okay, so I wanted to talk about fish food for a little bit. I don't really have a script in mind. But I just wanted to say that I really love this fish food right here. This fish food, and I have, oh, it's a little bit, come on. Oh, I got it. So I have this fish food as well. It's called Cyclops Ease, and it's supposed to be, I'm like shaking right now. It's supposed to be just like mostly Cyclops, and none of my fish like it. Isn't that funny? I paid good money for this. It has 100% wafer, consists of microcrustacean, and I think that's it. I literally think that's it. Andrew, thank you. I actually saw a few other betta fish breeders do this. I saw Creative Pet Keeping do this, and I also saw, I forgot her name, Simply Betta. She also does this as well, and I don't think my betta male is old enough to breed yet, so I just gave him this so he can make bubble nests. I actually am just waiting on my female now to spawn them because I think she's not ready yet, and I'm actually kind of worried because she's very tiny as well. I don't know if she'll be big enough for him to wrap, but yeah. I hung it up with like this copper wiring, and I also had one on the female side so she could sleep in it, like just a cup. It was like a full cup, it wasn't like cut in half, so she could like lay in it, but she never did, so I just took it out. How are you guys doing though? I felt like I was just talking about fish food and nobody said anything, so that's kind of awkward. Sorry. But yeah, I also like this catfish food a lot. This fish food is, I don't know if it'll focus. Here it is. It's really good. Like I made a video about this fish food a while ago, but it's not as fresh now as it's going to be, as it was like 3 months ago, but it's still really good fish food. It has like, it's 40% protein, so this stuff is really good if you have catfish. get some of this stuff. Oh, you're being interviewed on Royal Fish Aquatics. That's actually funny that you came in to say hi while you're being interviewed. That's funny. Okay. I don't think I've ever been on Royal Fish Aquatics YouTube channel. Do you buy online? Abby, I haven't seen you. I was gonna say, I noticed in the last couple of videos I haven't seen you around, so I was kind of worried that you stopped liking me very much. I'm very insecure. But I got this online. I got this, I think it's a European brand. Yeah, it's from vitalisaquatic.uk. So I got this online and at an Australian website, but you'd be able to find it online probably anywhere. If I can get this from the UK, you could probably find this anywhere online. But I have not been able to find this in stores yet, so at least not here. Ooh, if I were able to do a 4-day breeder, what would I put in it? That is a really good question. I actually have a 20-gallon fish tank right now. I don't know if you guys watched that YouTube video. I have a 20-gallon that isn't working right now, and I have to get it up and running again because the glass panes kind of like fell apart anyways. But when I do that, when I put that back together, I'm thinking about just like having it for my betta fry when my betta fish are able to spawn, because I think it'll look so cool having like a ton of betta fish swimming around in it. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Simply Bettas or Creative Pet Keeping's videos, or you guys have spawned bettas for yourself, but I think that betta fish look really cool when it's like a whole big family group in one tank. So I probably would do that. Or do you mean like a spawning group like corydoras? Other than betta fish, I probably would have a tank for corydoras to spawn in. Oh, you're on holidays. Ooh, where'd you go? Hi, BK, or BRK, F1, F4. How are you? Oh, you're from Adelaide. Hey. That's so funny, Ozzy. That's funny. It's funny when people tell me, like, I've had someone recently speak to me, and he like lives where I live in Brisbane, and he told me that he moved to the US to live somewhere in Wisconsin, and I was like, what is there? Like, I guess Phoenix, Arizona, or yeah, I guess Phoenix, Arizona is like a lot bigger of a city, but I think it's so interesting that everybody has their own little places to go to, you know? I don't know. I'm weird. Why'd you move to Phoenix? Kevin, hi, how are you? It's so hot in here already. I have my whole studio light above my camera right now, so the temperature gets really hot. And when I'm recording videos, you guys have no idea. I'm like looking at myself in the viewfinder. I'm sorry. When I'm recording YouTube videos, you guys have no idea how hard it is for me to record videos because I live in Australia, so it's already so hot. And then the studio light above me just makes it like humid, and I start sweating. It's so bad. But no problem. I like making videos about corydoras. I haven't been able to make videos about corydoras a lot recently because I have the tank that they're in is kind of like infected with some sort of disease or something. I have no idea what's going on with them, so I've been a little bit stressed out worrying about what's going on with them. And if anyone here subscribe to my YouTube channel to see the in-depth guide about breeding uncommon corydoras, I'm so sorry I have not gotten around to do that yet. It's been months. I said I was going to do this forever ago, but I'm so sorry. Ooh, Aquamate. I am using OBS. So I'm using Streamlabs OBS. I've always used Streamlabs OBS to stream. I'm also using my Sony ZV-1 to stream. The Sony ZV-1 just recently had an update, or a firmware update. So you can stream on, like, you can use it as a webcam basically, which I think is so cool. So I had to like jump on that and like try it out. It's so fun. I'm also using Stream Elements too. So I'm supposed to have like a bot in here saying things. I don't know if the bot's gonna come in here to say things, but what happens if I only have 1 or 2 corydoras in a tank? That's a good question. So I hate like telling people that what they're doing might not be the best because, like, you know, I don't want to be like rude. I know a lot of people in the fish community can be very mean when it comes to giving advice about fish keeping, but for me, when I first got corydoras were my first fish. I only got two. Because the pet store people told me I needed at least 2 corydoras to be able to have them because they like being in groups. And I had them for like a week, and then I did some research and I found out that they do prefer to be in groups of 6 or more at least. So yeah, if you have a group of 2, they probably are going to be hiding a lot. They're going to be scared of their surroundings. If you have 2, they probably won't spawn even if you do have a male or a female because they're scared. So I would suggest getting more if you can, but don't worry, you know, I made the same mistake in the past, so don't worry about it. Oh no, Abby, no. I feel so bad for not making corydoras videos. Yeah, so yeah, it's really sad. So basically, you guys know how I got gold laser corydoras, and I have like, okay, so I have albinos, gold lasers, I have 2 corydoras elegans, and I have panda corydoras as well. So I moved these corydoras into their big tank, 230 liter tank, like 2 months ago, right? Recently, one of my smaller gold laser corydoras, so I bought these gold laser corydoras online from a online fish store, and I made like a kind of an expose video like about it. I don't know if you guys saw that. I didn't mention the name of the people who provided the fish, but the fish that came were not very healthy. Like, they had fungal infections, they just looked very weak. And I've had these fish for however long now, like 6 or 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. And I don't have a really good perception of time. And a lot of them, like half of them didn't even grow really. So they stayed the same size, about like this big, like really tiny. That's like an inch. And they're really, like, they look like they're very tiny young fish. They never grew. So basically, I noticed that one of those small fish ended up turning pale. And I usually can tell when I'm going to lose a corydoras because they do this thing where they'll sit at the top of your tank and they'll like just sit there and just gulp air. Like, they won't really go back down to the bottom of the tank. So I knew that I was probably going to lose this fish. It was sucky, but I was like, okay, it's probably because, you know, he just was a weak fish. A week later, and the same thing happened pretty much. Like, one of my gold lasers ended up getting pale and he passed away as well. And now one of my larger gold lasers is kind of turning pale, and I think he's not feeling well, but I think he'll be fine because he's been turning pale forever. I don't know, it's been pretty sucky. So I'm afraid I'm gonna like lose my whole gold laser line. I don't know, it's just like affecting them. And I don't want to like smile while I'm saying this, but because it's not funny to me. I'm obviously like, I'm stressed, you can imagine, but it's hard to like have an outward appearance of being stressed while I'm like being watched by 26 people. It's not red blotch disease. So pretty much, Andrew, I've tried to diagnose it, and the thing is in Australia it's very hard to import medications. So there's a lot of medications I can find that are general cure for like velvet disease and stuff like that, but it's nothing like that, and those antibiotics won't end up working. Yeah, finding specific antibiotics are hard to do. So what's happening is the fish are turning pale, like very pale, like ghostly pale, and I don't know, like they just stop swimming around as much. They still eat, so they don't have parasites, and also like I haven't introduced new fish in a really long time. They still eat, they still swim around, they still shoal, they still do everything that they usually do, but they just turn pale and they just die. So I don't know. It's been like very interesting. I'm from South Jersey. I usually shop at Petco or PetSmart. What are the big box chains in Australia? Andrew, okay, so the big chain stores in Australia, I'm not really well versed because I do like going to like smaller mom and pop shops, but Pet Barn is the biggest pet chain store that is here. There's Pet Barn, there's Pet Stock, there's, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, those two. I feel sad, like, I feel sad now because I talked about my dying fish. You could swear that I was Latina. Really? I feel very white. Look at my hair. I'm actually a quarter Filipino, and that's like the most ethnic that I am. But yeah, I'm mostly like very white. I have a newer Sony. I'll have to check. Yeah, so Aquamate, the Sony ZV-1 is the newest Sony. I mean, actually, yeah, I think it was released in the last like 2 or 3 months. And I think that a lot of the Sony cameras do stream. So all you have to do is you have to update the firmware, connect it to your computer, update the firmware, and then download the Imaging Edge app for your certain camera, and then you can live stream from it. It's really cool. So as you can see, this camera is probably a little bit better than your basic webcam, which I like. Like I have a good webcam, but I like using, yeah, better stuff. You have a group of 5. BRK, yeah, I think that you could definitely spawn a group of 5. I've known people to have a group of 3 spawn, like certain breeders. I don't know if you know of corydoras equus, but they're very rare. Or equus, is it equus? They're pretty rare. So when you can get your hands on them, the stores or whoever you're getting them from, they don't have very many. So I've watched videos of corydoras breeders that have like 3 corydoras equus or whatever sort of corydoras that they have, and they're able to spawn them if they get them in the right sort of you know, situation. But usually when they do spawn those fish, they are in their own tank to do that, just to make them feel a little bit better. Yeah, I know, Abby. I know. It is a shame. I'm really backed up on comments right now, but I'll be able to show you guys here. I can show you guys exactly what I'm talking about once I'm able to move my laptop and my camera over that way. I can show you my larger corydoras, my larger laser corydoras that's turning pale, and maybe somebody can help me diagnose it. Even I was gonna make a video about it just to ask for help. I looked online like everywhere and I can't find anything. It's not ick either, because there's no sort of spots on them. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't really have a lot of experience with corydoras, or not corydoras, but fish diseases other than fungal diseases. I haven't had like any other diseases other than that, other than the symptom of dropsy as well. I've had that, but that just doesn't cure, so I don't know. I am not originally from Australia. I'm originally from Georgia, United States, and then I moved to California for the most of my life. I've only been living in Australia for the last like 2.5 years. Have you guys had any experience with like fish tank problems, like fish diseases or anything like that? Like I haven't even had ick ever. I don't know, not yet at least. Like I need to cross my fingers. I really do believe in karma, or not karma, but like jinxing yourself. Hi Joseph. Hi everybody in chat. Joseph's Tanktopia. That's a tongue twister. Joseph in the chat from Joseph's Tanktopia. He is also a fish YouTuber, and he makes funny videos. Like I watch his videos, so you guys should go check out his channel if you haven't already. He's very small, but he's on the upcoming, guys. You did have Daniels. Did your Daniels end up dying per se by chance? I've looked online. I actually looked online the symptoms that my fish are having, and there's a lot of posts about the same thing seemingly, but there's no like answer really. It's just, oh, my fish are dying, they're turning pale, and then like nobody really has like an answer for it, because it's a symptom. Like if your fish is sick, then they're probably going to end up turning pale, you know, because they're stressed. So I don't know. It's just a shame. I hate to say it, but it's such a shame that like gold lasers are probably not so expensive where you guys live. In Australia, they're $55. I know in the US you can get them for like $20 a piece or how much ever, but they're so expensive. It's such a shame to like have them die on me, you know? Not that I would like prefer any of my other fishes to die, but it's just a shame, man. Such a shame. Everyone turn the like button blue. Here, I'll just show you guys the tank. It's not a lack of oxygen. The nitrites and nitrates are great, but I have 2 really big sponge filters in there that circulate a lot of air. So I'll show you that here. If I can figure out how to do that. So let me see. Let me actually take the camera off of this tripod. Ooh, it's very hard. So you guys want to see my setup? Here is my setup. There's my tripod, and here's my studio light. It's huge. And here is my, hold on. I have to take the mic out and turn it towards me so you guys can hear me better. Sorry, earbud users. This is gonna be loud. Come on. Okay. So this is the tank, and you can see there's a lot of oxygen flow going on in there, and it looks a little bit cloudy, but it's not. It's just the glass is smudged up. But I wish I could get closer. My laptop is stopping me from getting closer, but I can zoom in. There's my lasers. I'm shaking so bad, I'm sorry. It's gonna be difficult for me to get to. I wish I could move my laptop easily. But yeah, now that we're here, let's look at my fish. So it looks like I have, here's Hugh. I ended up naming this fish Hugh. Can you guys hear me okay? This is Jean. If it'll focus. She's so pretty. I really love Jean so much. She's gorgeous. And here's Hugh. Here's his little bubble nest that he's making. It's not very immaculate, as you can see, but I don't know why it's so small. He usually makes bigger nests than that. She's so pretty. You know what? I've got this mail, the mail that I have right now. Here, if anyone's wearing headphones, I'm gonna touch the mic again, so it's gonna be loud. What a dude. Okay, I'm turning the mic towards me. I'm sorry if you hear me breathing, by the way. But I got this mail right here. I got him, and I initially just wanted him, really. Like, I got him, and I found a girlfriend for him, pretty much, because I thought he was so pretty. But he's not as pretty. I hate saying it because I love him, but he's not as pretty as his pictures really showed. I don't know. He was like a lot thicker in his pictures. He's very skinny. Don't want to hate ya. I don't want to hate on you, bro, but you're a little skinny. But she's so plump. Look at her. She's like round. Boop, 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 boop. She's very healthy. Like, she's such a healthy betta fish. And then he is very skinny, and he's not really growing his fins back either. And I'm putting salt in his tank and everything, and I'm putting Malefics, not like overdosing him. I've been very careful with the dose that I've been giving them. But yeah, I don't know. She's beautiful. All right, do you guys want to see me feed them? These are the terrible betta pellets that I've been giving them. These betta pellets are just like the most basic API brand betta pellets I could possibly find. Usually I'm really good at finding food for my fish, but I ended up just getting the most basic betta fish food. But as a supplement kind of for a better diet, I also feed them these every single day. I feed them dried black worms as well. And that'll help them start to spawn, hopefully. All right, here we go. Let me not drop my camera in the water. You guys pray for me. And she's also a pig, like this girl. She is such a pig. It's so cute because she gets so like invested in this food. Come on, focus. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get it to focus. He's jealous. Over here. Over here. Sometimes he'll like jump at me when I'm trying to feed him and it scares me so bad. I think they're just honestly Dracolite. That is an amazing name. I love that name. Dracolite. It reminds me of like a video game. I just watched a whole long hour-long video of the history of speedruns in Castlevania. The game Castlevania, like the OG game. So like it makes me kind of want to play the game. It's a little bit old though, but yeah. Feeding our fish. I don't know if there's a difference between black worms and blood worms really, other than like maybe the differences in proteins. I don't know. I know that insects are really good for protein, and maybe there's like a worm expert in the chat. Does anyone know? Oh, Monty, how are you? Don't. You cannot drive through red lights to come see my stream. That is not okay. Yeah, Camantha, are females usually so, like, robust? I feel like robust is a funny word. She's so, like, plump. She seems so healthy, and I'm just waiting for her to... If anyone in the chat, like, knows about betta fish, can you let me know, Can you let me know if she looks like she has like spawning stripes yet? Because I've been waiting for her to get them. I wish I could get closer, but it's not focusing really. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I can't tell if she has spawning stripes. All right, so now let's feed our male some worms. Dude, you guys need to see him jump out of the water. I'm gonna show you. Oh, Rob, have I been to your YouTube channel before? Have you commented on my videos before? Because I probably would have went to your channel if I seen your name. I love bettas. I just love them. They're so pretty. I'm trying to open this with one hand. Ugh. This is so hard to open. Yeah, the zipper on this thing, I don't know if anyone here lives in Australia, but these black worms, they come in a very high quality bag. Like the Ziploc bag is like insane. It's so hard to open sometimes. Okay, so now what I usually do is I'm going to try to find like the longest worm that I can. And then I'm going to get my male betta to jump out of the water to get it, because he's like so good at catching worms. I mean, I've probably used a lot of the longest worms in here. I also have very bad eyes. Here's an okay one. Okay. All right, so let's see if we can get him. Let me see if I can get this on video. I have to get him away from this cup because he literally will jump over this cup, and I don't want him to like hurt himself doing it. This way. This way. Oh, fuck. Sorry, it scares me every time. I don't mean to curse. Okay, I don't know if you guys saw that. Did anyone see that? Let me move this out of the way. Oh my gosh, he's so good at jumping. Anyways, I should feed my female some worms as well. She's not really great at jumping. But yeah, I have my other betta fish. His name is Sherman, and he isn't great at jumping because he's a spade tail, or not a spade tail. He's a what is it called? Veil tail. So his fuck. Don't laugh. He's a veil tail, so he can't jump very well. But if you have a half moon placat or just a placat, I don't know, they jump really well because they're super aerodynamic. Okay, did Chad say something? Chad Lum, sorry, I'm like a little bit backed up on Chad. I'm paying a little bit more attention to trying to record. Let me see what Chad says. Okay, so Chad said, I could only get a 5-gallon tank. I have 2 albino corydoras and 2 guppies as well, but I have a question. What could I do to make sure my catfish are good and any foods I should get? Okay, so again, Chad, when I first got my betta fish, or not my betta fish, when I first got my corydoras catfish, I made the mistake of having them in less than a 5-gallon tank. And yeah, it isn't enough room for them since they are bottom dwellers and they do get kind of big. They need room to be able to sift around, and yeah, if you want to get a group of more than 2, then you need to have more room, preferably more room now as well. But I don't want to sound like rude or anything. Like, everyone makes mistakes, you know. Do you live in America? Because Petco, I hear that Petco has $1 per gallon deals. Here, let's feed her one more. I don't want to overfeed them, but he's like, oh, you just fed her, you need to feed me as well. There you go. Okay, I don't want to overfeed them, but I'm just trying to plump them up. I'm just trying to plump them up so they spawn. So they're able to spawn. I think the male is already ready. But yeah, so this is my wormies. Man, if you have any sort of fish, I think it's amazing that a lot of these protein-rich foods aren't expensive. Like these bloodworms right here, I think they costed like, I don't know, like $10, and they've lasted me forever. So I would highly recommend, if you don't have something like this, protein-rich, freeze-dried, or even like frozen foods, I would recommend getting some for your fish as a little snack, because they love it. They really love it. Petco has $1 per gallon sales like seasonally. That's still really good though. Like, you have no idea, Kevin. Hold on. Let me put this back. I'm sweating. I'm literally sweating right now. It's so hot in my kitchen. I'm in my kitchen. In Australia, I don't know how many Australians are in the chat that would agree with me right now, or if there is Australians in the chat, you would agree with me, but I don't know if there is any. In Australia, fish tanks are so expensive. It's like it's not even remotely funny. Like, I can get a 20-gallon fish tank, right? I can get a 20-gallon fish tank with a stand, and it has like, you know, the lid and everything. Looks nice. It's like $500 for like all of it. If you want to go to like a big brand store, you can get fish tanks by themselves for like kind of cheap, but a lot of fish tanks are so expensive. Like, I was on a website yesterday and they were selling like a 20 liters is this big. It's this big. So this is 5 gallons fully, 2.5 gallons each side, for $200. And it had like the light and everything. It was crazy. I was like, what? It's so expensive. Like, as if the hobby isn't expensive enough sometimes. Oh, Chad, I see what you mean. So, I was recently chatting with someone who said that they live in Hawaii, and I also brought up the dollar per gallon sale to them or deal to them, and they said that you guys don't get dollar per gallon deals even though you're in America. Feels bad, man. Do bloodworms suck blood? No, Monty. Monty, they just, do they? Do bloodworms suck blood? They're just red. They're just ugly little things. Abby, so all of my tanks are pretty much free. All the tanks that I've gotten are pretty much free. The big 230 liter tank that I just showed you guys a little while ago, that one, because here in Australia as well, we have these things called throw-out piles, and people, like, once a month in whatever suburb you're in, like, it interchanges, but the city council pays for a dump truck to come around and take away all the garbage on your lawn. So people will go out and they'll put like sofas and like fish tanks and just like broken things, a ton of stuff on their lawn. And I was like so determined one day to find a fish tank that I went around and I found that 230 liter tank. I completely refurbished it. I don't know if that's the right word. I completely fixed it up. It had like calcium deposit buildups. Like it was so hard to clean. It was like, it took me literally like a week to clean. And then also fixed the stand. And my 20-gallon tank, I got that one like at the same house as I got the 230 liter tank. I had to fix it all. Yeah, it was free. It wasn't given to me free, but I went and I stole it out of someone's yard. So that's the funny thing too. In Australia, we have throw-out piles. Before the garbage truck comes around, people will drive around and they'll take whatever they want from the throw-out piles pretty much. So it's like a big swap meet kind of. Hi, Sly Cichlid, how are you? Indonesia also has some costly fish tanks. Such a shame, really. Oh yeah, Indonesia isn't that big either. Like it's smaller, so like it'd be more specialty. The population of Australia is only like 23 million people, and compared to like America, it's just like so small. So it's a little bit more niche of a thing, fish keeping. I can only imagine how much more niche it is in Indonesia. But at the same time, Southeast Asian countries tend to have the most beautiful betta fish ever. So I'm jealous. I was in Thailand not too long ago, maybe like a year and a half or 2 years ago, something like that, 2.5 years ago, I don't know. And that was before I was in the whole fish keeping hobby. But like looking back, I really wish I liked fish back then, because I would have gone to like fish stores, you know, to see better fish. Sly Cichlid, hey, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. I make videos often, so I don't know if they're the kind of videos that you enjoy, but I make videos, a lot of them for fun, some educational videos, and I'll stream like once a year as well. What the fuck is that when I need it? Dracula. It's so good. It's actually so good. The problem is, and I hate complaining about a free tank, but that 230 liter fish tank, it has a ton of scratches in it. So the previous owner like did something, like they just scratched it up. So it isn't like, it's a great tank to have. Maybe not so much as a display tank, but if you like want to spawn fish, and it's amazing. Like it's just a great thing to have, you know? Fishymon, what's up? Everybody in chat, Fishymon is also somebody that uploads. Actually, Aquamate is too. Aquamate, I feel so rude for not including you in this. Aquamate in chat and Fishymon in chat also make fish YouTube videos. So if you haven't already checked out their channels, go check out their channels because they have good videos, okay? That's all I gotta say. I feel so sucky. Like I feel so rude because a lot of people in the fish community will come to my channel and they'll comment on my videos and they'll support me like that, and I will respond to them, right? I don't really comment on other people's videos. I like watching videos. So like if you guys think that I'm a hater and I'm like not paying attention to your guys' videos, I watch a lot of your guys' videos. Shh. You like the way I pronounce betta? The simple peach. Oh, hey, how are you? How are you? is beta. So, a beta is a male, beta male, like B-E-T-A, beta. And then betta is a fish, B-E-T-T-A. I just recently learned that ish, like I learned that like a year ago, so it's not something real fancy that I've always been doing, but yeah, Draculite. I totally understand what you're saying. With the 230 liter fish tank that I have, it makes me wonder, since it did have so many calcium deposit, it makes me wonder if that tank used to be a saltwater tank. The deposits were so bad. It was like caked on in chips. Like I would chip it off, and then I had to use Barkeeper's Friend. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's kind of like a powder cleaner, like a heavy duty cleaner that you usually use to like clean pans, or I don't know what you use to clean it with. But yeah, it took me days, like a week to like do it fully. It was bad. Where's Reef? Reef is at work right now. He is doing tech stuff. I knew what he was doing. I don't know. But he streams a lot now, Monty. Are you in his streams? I'm never in his streams. My head's itching. This week I built a double 55-gallon stand. Ooh. No, BRK, do it. Just do it. If you want to make YouTube videos, you can make it easy. Like, you don't have to make it hard. I make my videos hard to do. So if you want to make a video kind of vlog style and not like do any fancy editing, totally do that, because a lot of people do that. And I mean, I can fully enjoy watching a video that is just someone candidly speaking and like showing me stuff, not the S word, stuff, showing me stuff. See, I've used it on my tank and it didn't. Jill, is it Gil or Jill? Gil, I'm assuming it's Gil, because you only have one L. Anyways, it took forever. I used vinegar as well. I watched videos on how to get off the calcium deposits, and it said either Barkeeper's Mate or warm vinegar, and it was just completely impossible for me to use warm vinegar because I was cleaning this fish tank outside. So and it was like kind of like in a far-ish kind of corner of the yard too, so I wouldn't have been able to like go inside, heat it up, come back outside, and then like it's just such a huge tank. Like, it's so big that I really didn't have that option to do that, unfortunately. But yeah, from the little bit that I tried, I find that vinegar didn't work that well either. Gil. Do you have any CO2 in your tanks? And if you do, what setup do you have? Jake, I actually don't have any saltwater in my, or not saltwater. I actually don't have any CO2 in my tanks. I don't have an allocated fund for CO2 yet. To me, when I look online, it looks like CO2 is like so expensive. But honestly, if you've watched any of my videos or you like know me at all, then you know that all of my plants die. So I have to have super low maintenance tanks. So I'm hoping that maybe CO2 is something that I'm able to get in the future. It also looks so fancy, doesn't it? Like, when I imagine CO2 in a fish tank, I imagine like a rimless tank with like beautiful lushness and like not very many fish, but like just aquascaped fully. I don't know. It's just so romantic. Like, when I think of like CO2 tanks, it's like the romantic side of, anyways, I don't know what I'm talking about. 230 liters is 60 gallons, I think. It's around 60-ish gallons. I still don't know like the change. It's so funny because like I don't know how to, I'm American. I don't know how to use meters or kilometers yet, but I know Celsius and I know liters kind of. And it's hard for me to like do the change because I don't know, all the videos that I watch and the people I speak to, they're here in Australia. So I know that like a betta fish prefers a tank that's like anywhere from 25 degrees Celsius to 29 degrees Celsius. And I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. So. Oh, shut up, Reef. Oh, Reef, do you have reef tanks? Is that why your name is Reef? Gill, like gill of a fish. Okay, gill. Cool, gill. I know because my name is Jillian, and people will write my name with a G, because a lot of people that have the name Jillian, they use the letter G. Anyways, so I just had to clarify. Good Aqua just dirted. Okay, alright, Aquamate. I'm sorry if you've tried chatting to me. Like, anybody in chat, I'm sorry if you think that it seems like I'm ignoring your comments. It's kind of hard for me to, like, keep up with comments sometimes. It's also very hot, so I'm feeling it, guys. I'm feeling it. I'm going to show you guys my fish here again in a second. I forgot what I wanted to do, though. I was going to show you guys something. It's funny because the imperial system, to me, like it even if you explain it to any American, it makes no sense really when you compare it to like the metric system, because the metric system it just makes sense. It's easy, but like the metrics or the imperial system does not make sense. It's hard. It's hard. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys my fish. My name is Reef because it's my job to poison the Great Barrier Reef. Okay. My favorite fish of all time is corydoras catfish, and it's because I think they're so darn cute. They're the first fish that I ever got, and I don't know, like for a lot of fish, to me, like tetras and stuff, their eyes, and this might sound stupid, but their eyes, I feel like there's nothing behind there, like they don't got nothing in there. But corydoras are just adorable, and I think they have the cutest little googly eyes, and they just look like they have something in there, you know? I feel like tetras are just like swimming around doing nothing, and I feel like no one has ever had that opinion either. But they just have personality is what I'm trying to say. What is your guys' favorite fish ever? I can't believe how big the channel has grown. I was here at 400 or something, and now you're at 4,000. You said you wouldn't get to this point. Alexander, I know I almost don't like talking about it because like I don't want to sound like I'm flexing on anyone, but yeah, the channel has grown a lot, and I can blame that on one reason. It's because that shorts video that I made for corydoras, for setting up the fry tank that I did, that video literally has like 120,000 views right now. So I've gotten quite a lot of views on that video. And in that, I've gotten a lot of views on that video, but I've also gotten a lot of weird people on my channel now. So I don't know if any of you guys have noticed how weird some people are on my channel, but girl, some weird people. It's honestly kind of annoying, but I'm so appreciative of like everyone else that's like so supportive of me, and it kind of is weird. Like yesterday I was talking to my friend. I was like, oh, have you seen my YouTube? I'm YouTube famous now. I was playing around with her. I'm gonna touch the mic, you guys. I was joking with her, and she's like, no, you really are. And I was like, oh my goodness. I like joking around like that. Sorry, guys. Ugh. So annoying. I have like a little thing that I have to clip my mic into, and it's kind of hard to do that. All right, Dracolite, it was nice seeing you. And it was nice chatting to you. I don't know if I've ever seen you say anything in my comments before, but it was nice talking to you and meeting you. And I love your name. It's amazing. Oh. She likes kind of chasing the little guppies in there, but she's never actually like gotten to them. Corys have been so much fun. We have some tetras in our community tank because the top looked empty. I know, right, Abby? It's so funny because like I'll watch big YouTubers, and they'll like do tank tours and stuff, and they are like, oh, these are the kind of fish I have. I have Congo tetras, I have these tetras, I have these cichlids or whatever, and they'll like show their substrate or whatever. They'll like pan down and I can see their cories in there, and I'm like, oh my god, their cories are so cute, and they don't say anything about them. Like, they just forget that they're there. A lot of people will get cories and just to like be there because they know that they're bottom dwellers, you know what I mean, and they'll like kind of be cleanup crew. I think that they don't get enough credit personally. I think that they're so cute. And they're I don't know. I literally, I'm not joking when I say this. I can tell the difference between certain cories that I have. I can, like, I know what they look like. I know how they act. And I just think that's so sweet. Oh, yours are yours, you like platies. Do you like live bearers? Is that what it is? I've actually never owned any platies or mollies or anything like that. I feel like because I've had problems buying fish from big brand pet stores, and usually I'll find them there. Like guppies, fancy guppies. Any fancy guppies I've ever had have just died, and I found out that could be because they aren't bred well. And they're inbred, and they have weak genetics. So I try not to get like platies and mollies because I just feel like they don't have good genetics. Maybe they do. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. Monty is a weirdo, but he's a lovely weirdo, you guys. JL Monty in the chat. His name is oh my gosh, what is your name? Your middle name is Jean. I know your middle name is Jean. Danny! Oh my gosh. Did you say something earlier and I didn't see it? You did! You said, I bought some Venezuelan cories a few weeks back, and you're hoping that they breed because you got them for $9 each. Is that expensive, Danny? I feel so bad that I didn't see that comment of yours. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just having a hard time keeping up with chat. The fact that you bought Venezuela cories for $9 is incredible, by the way, because Venezuela cories here are $25 each. Usually. Or even more. Like, there's the orange Venezuela ones, and then there's the what are the other ones? I don't know. Something. Danny! You've had cories for almost 10 years now. Because of your video, I started removing their eggs and hatching them. And now you have 100 plus 2-month-old younger. Aw, Samantha, I hope that breeding corydoras and like raising their fry have reinvigorated your love of them. If you like, if you've maybe had them around for too long, you're just like not so interested in them anymore. I hope that was something that gave you, because it's so exciting. I think spawning cories are so exciting. I think the babies, if you've ever had a close look at corydoras fry when they first spawn, they are so cute. They're so, like, their little arms, their arms, their little fins like flapping around. It's so cute. It's like they have a little wave going. It's adorable. And just seeing them grow so fast is amazing. It's Jean-Luc. It's pronounced John Luke. It's not pronounced Jean-Luc. Like the Star Trek captain. It's not Jean-Luc. It's John Luke. Oh, true. Hi, Joe Fish. How are you? Here, I'm going to move over to my big tank, and I'm going to see if you guys know what's wrong with my fish. All right. I think I should give you guys a little bit of a tour, though, of my other stuff, too. So here is my container right here that I keep a lot of my tubing in. I keep tubing in here to help drain my tanks when I'm doing tank cleanings. And here's my 20-gallon tank right here that is like broken at the moment that I need to fix, but I have all of my fish stuff in there right now. This is actually just plant fertilizer. Like not aquatic plant, that's just plant fertilizer I have in there randomly. But yeah, there's my Melafix I've been using, and pads as well. All right. Whew. Your cories are about 1.5 to 2 inches and about 6 months. Do you think they're ready to breed? Corydoras they're ready to spawn after, I think maybe a year. No, it's not hanging off really. Look, it's like barely hanging off. I was making sure that it's not hanging off the ledge, okay? It's very well balanced right there. What was I gonna say? I think they're ready to spawn after 6 months, right? It's either 6 months or 1 year, I think. 6 months, 9 months, or 1 year. I actually, the last time I looked that up was forever ago, but when you're females, a good way to tell if your females are ready to spawn is if you can see that they're getting super plump, like round, and you can see a difference, like a distinct difference between your male corydoras and your female corydoras. You know what's actually so funny? Before I move the laptop, the female betta fish, she will literally squeeze her body between the moss in this glass. And that might sound terrifying to you, because it was terrifying to me when I first saw it. But she will do that. And she has, you can see right here, she has a little like spot that she likes to hang out right here. And she will harass him. She'll sit there and she will stare at him, and he freaks out, but she literally just sits there and stares. And the first time I saw her do that, I was freaking out, but she just does it, and she's chilling. She just does it to harass him. She can get out, but yeah, I think that's funny. The wrigglers I got off, you are healthy. Dip! Oh my god! No way, that is so funny. Hold on, you guys. This guy, Dip, in the chat, I'm sorry. Okay, so I think I talked about this on my Instagram briefly, right? But when I made a video not long ago about selling my corydoras fry and corydoras eggs on Gumtree. And Dip in the chat, Dip Vlogs, he actually bought my wrigglers from me. And that's not even the best part. He gave me some Turkish food from the Turkish restaurant that he works at. He gave me Turkish food because I said I like Turkish food. Isn't that amazing? I'm so happy that I'm so happy that the corydoras are good. I'm happy. That's so funny to hear. Please no birds, Reef said. You're going to mail you some birds. Oh my god. Yeah, that'd be funny. You mail me birds and they get stuck in customs, and then they just end up like dead. I watched Dumb and Dumber recently with Reef, and we watched that PD part. Is so hilarious. I'm sorry. What is my background? This actually is not a background. This is food, like this right here. I have a hoard of fish food. This right here is fish food, and the white background is just the tile. What do you want? The white background is just the tile. Okay, so before I get stuck like doing nothing for you guys, I'm gonna move this setup to look at my big tank. I'm putting the laptop on this chair briefly, very briefly. Wow. Careful, careful. Okay, so here is my tank. Pretty bird. All right, so this is again my infected tank, you guys. As you can see earlier, I mentioned that this tank is very scratched up. It is so badly scratched up, but these are the sponge filters that I use to filter it, and these are my cories. These are my original cories too. I've had these ones for so long. I don't know why autofocus is being like this. This female right here, you guys don't know this. This female right here is funny She only has 2 whiskers. She only has 2 barbels compared to this one. This one has 4. She only has 2. Like, and it's not because they fell off or they just, you know, whatever. She just only has 2. Okay. Let's see if I can find my sick fish. Okay, so this right here is my sick laser. You see him? Compared to the female right here, she's very healthy. This male right here is super pale. It's bad. Oh, that's so hot. Oh, my nationality background. That's so funny. Hold on. Okay, I'm moving back. This is becoming a hassle, you guys. Whew. Oh. Do you guys see how sweaty I am? Okay, my nationality earlier, so hot. So earlier I was saying that I am a quarter Filipino and I'm the rest white. So I'm almost fully white other than that Filipino part of me. Whew, it's so hot. The intake tubes, Kevin, I don't have intake tubes on my sponge filters because I have read, or not, I didn't read, I actually watched a few YouTube videos about people saying that fish can get stuck in the intake tubes, and the intake tubes on, or is that what they're called? The sound, oh, true. Sorry. Oops. That's my mic. Whew. I need to get like a lavalier mic so you guys can like hear me wherever I am. But basically, the uplift tubes, that's what they're called. I don't have any uplift tubes on my sponge filters because I saw online that people were saying that fish can get stuck in the intake tubes. And even though the intake tubes do make it better or easier for water to filtrate through sponge filters, I just don't use them because I don't want to lose any of my fish. Ironically enough, sponge filters are not completely safe even when they don't have uplift tubes, because the other day, it was so sucky, but the other day, this is just my 230 liter tank is a hot mess. First of all, the other day I found, when I was doing my water change like less than a week ago, I found one of my albino corydoras was stuck under one of my sponge filters, and I don't know how long he was under there, but he was like on the brink of death, and I saved him. So you guys check under your sponge filters, or make sure your sponge filters are easy to like maneuver in and around, okay? It's so hot. My mom knows. She knows where I'm from. I mentioned that earlier as well. Here, I don't want to like stop you guys from seeing my fish over here. You can see how sweaty I am right now. I'm sweating so bad. Alex, I actually read online that corydoras can live up to 2 years, but that is not true. And I don't know why I read that online. I think that if you look that up now, that would still be like the #1 answer. But I saw that they can live to like upwards of 5 years even. So yeah, like upwards of 5 years. I've only had a few corydoras deaths other than fry. Fry are really hard to like raise when you're first starting to do it. man, I feel so bad because when I first started breeding corydoras, I probably killed like so many of them. It's sucky. Yeah, my sponge filters are weighted, Kevin. Most filters are weighted, aren't they? They're not, I didn't do that, but they come weighted. So yeah, I think the problem is when I had my sponge filters, I tried to bury the base for, I don't know, for whatever reason, I do that, or I did that, and I think that's what happened. The sand under it might have moved out a little bit, and it made like a spot for cories to get like stuck in. So yeah, it was really scary when I first saw my corydoras under the sponge filter. Like, he was so close to dying. But I took him and I put him in a cup. I thought I was gonna have to euthanize him. I put him in a cup and I waited a few hours. I fed him and he ended up eating, so I just put him back in because, you know, he ate. So yeah, I feed my bettas, Chris. Man, I'm so sorry it's hot in here. Where's my coffee? Oh. I feed my bettas twice a day. I try to, but that's just because they're young now. You can always feed your bettas twice a day if you want to, but since they're young, I'm especially trying to feed them more than once, so they start getting ready to spawn and they just grow faster. I said this earlier. I don't know if anyone was here that is here now, but my female betta fish, she is tiny. She's very plump and she's very healthy, but she's a lot smaller than my male. So I'm afraid that they might not be able to spawn because they have to be like relatively like the same size. Sucks. Yeah. That's my mama. She's also a patron on my Patreon. You guys saw that? That's funny. You know what's hilarious is my mom became a patron of mine on Patreon, and then my sister did. I think that's so funny. It's like, that means, and then also my best friend, she's also a patron of mine too. So that makes a third of my patrons my family. I thought that was funny. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Because none of my family is interested in like fish keeping, or my friend isn't either. So it's kind of like random. Rafe is literally working right now, Monte. I don't know what you want me to tell him. He can't. Rafe uses my camera usually to stream, or he'll use his GoPro, something like that. Ooh. How often do you guys feed your fish? Do you guys feed your fish once a day, twice a day? I know some people feed their fish once every couple of days because fasting is good for your fish. Sometimes, I guess. Some cheaper sponge filters aren't. Oh. Suction cups to keep your sponge filters down. That's interesting. I have a lot of sponge filters here. Let me show you guys my boxes. Sponsored. Just kidding. Not sponsored. These are my sponge filters. I really wish, I haven't been able to find sponge filters that are more coarse. I have really fine sponge filters, so they don't really mechanically filtrate. But I have not been able to find sponge filters that are coarse. And it sucks so bad because Aquarium Co-op has really nice sponge filters that are really cool looking. Like the uptake or whatever, it has a green tube. I think it's cool, but it's hard to ship from America here. Like, first of all, it takes like forever to ship. Second of all, American currency is worth more than Australian currency. So everything is so expensive when I try to buy it online. You feed them almost every time I see them. Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. If you want to feed your fish, do it. I'm sure that they love overeating. Yeah, the only problem to me with overfeeding is, I mean, other than obviously like you can kind of make your fish sick if you do it too much, is that your nitrates go so high. I I don't think that any of you have seen this video. I made a video like 4 months ago or 5 months ago about making homemade fish food, and I used a ton of veggies, and I used a ton of fish food, and I used a ton of freeze-dried blackworms, and I mixed it all together and I froze it. I fed that to my fish like every single day, twice a day for a little while, until I realized that my nitrates were so high because like it was just so much. The food would explode, kind of like when you make homemade food, it's easy to like make food that isn't, it's just not the correct composition, you know. 3 times if I can for right now, but small amounts. You have fry. Ooh, I hear that if you have I actually haven't had my corydoras spawn in a really long time, and I think that's because sorry if that's loud. I think that's because the temperature is getting really hot where I live, because it's, I mean, I guess it's cooling down now because it's the end of summer, but for the last few months it's been summer, and my cories always prefer spawning when it's cooler. So I haven't been able to try out some techniques that I've been wanting to, like feeding your fry 4 times a day, 5 times a day, small amounts. You like 10 more. Ooh, I wish. Like the only ones that I've ever been able to find are really fine sponge filters. And I still love them. I love sponge filters, but I really want coarse ones. And I totally would. On Aquarium Co-op, you can also buy a lot of fish medications. And I come to find out that I cannot import fish medications for some reason. Does anyone know the reason behind that? Like why I wouldn't be able to import fish medications? Australians or Australia's importation laws are kind of like crazy, probably for good reason, but I can't get a lot of the stuff I feel like I need from America. There's this really good medication called ICX that Aquarium Co-op, that guy Corey, he swears by, and it's like the only medication that he uses for his ick, and I cannot get my hands on it. I think it's Japanese, actually. Maybe it's Japanese. Chris, do you think maybe your betta fish, your female betta, you think she has eggs? Maybe she has eggs. Maybe she's not too bloated. Is her bloat kind of like, I'm scratching my head really bad right now because I'm sweating. I'm sorry. It's hot in here. If your female betta fish has a bloat, like not really so much on her chest region, but like a little bit further down near her egg spot, I think that's eggs. And I could be wrong about that completely, but she could just have eggs. That'd be fun. Oh, shut up. Do you guys really want to have fish? That's funny. Does Dad watch my YouTube videos? Because we used to have fish. Like we had a saltwater fish tank. I remember that fish tank. And then we had that Plecostomus that we had for a long time. You guys had fish, and I mean, I didn't really like them either when I was in America for some reason, but yeah, you guys, I mean, maybe you guys shouldn't get fish, but because you guys got rid of my snake. Honey, my cat, hold on, come here. What are you doing? Come here. Oh, this is the love of my life. Sometimes I want to make like cat videos, but I know it's hard. Sometimes I want to make like different videos, like the grocery store where I live, like one of the big grocery stores where I live, they have rewards points, and if you like buy a certain amount of food sometimes or spend a certain amount of money, they'll like give you little trinkets. The grocery store near me, they started giving away like little seedling pots. So I wanted to make a video doing like a little like seedling thing where I like get the dirt, hydrate the dirt, plant the seed, have the seed grow. I thought that would be fun, but I feel like no one would be interested in watching that, you know? I don't know. Your stir-fry's bred today. You have 40+ eggs. RC, I'm so jealous of you. I am so jealous. I've only ever had my albinos lay eggs, and I've only ever had one of my gold laser females lay eggs, but it was unfertile, unfortunately. So I'm dying to have corydoras, or have a different kind of corydoras spawn, like Julii, stirbi, pandas, like, and anything. Like, I don't know. My little buddy. Hi Jay, how are you? What is a really good nano fish that is easy to breed, really cool, kind of rare, but I should mainly focus on should be not corydoras? Ooh, a nano fish. Okay, so that's a good question. So I really think that ember tetras, they are really cool. Just because they're so pretty and they're like glassy red. Tetras that are, oh, what's another unique one? Green neon tetras, they're really small as well, and they're pretty. Rasboras, a lot of rasboras are pretty. What's a good fish for you guys to keep in a nano tank? I want to get ember tetras though. They're so expensive where I live. Ember tetras are literally like this big, like a half an inch, and they're $7 each where I live. Really, Camantha? I might do it then. I might do it. It's so cool because the seedling pots, I have one for carrots. I have one for salvia. I have another one for, there's like flowers. You can either get flowers or vegetables. And yeah, I think it's really cool. I always like doing that sort of stuff. Like, I have a whole bunch of little things I like doing. Another thing that I kind of wanted to do was maybe like paint or something, make a video on painting. But the last time I made a video that was not about fish, it was about me pretty much. So it was just me like talking about like stuff about me. The last time I made that video, or when I made that video, I lost like 30 subscribers. 30 people were like, I'm out of here, see ya. Ooh. Use Aquarium Co-op Med Trio and bought it twice. It's so good, and I treat everything I get. Oh, Kevin, I'm so jealous of you. I so wish that I could have Aquarium Co-op's meds. I trust everything you say. I mean, I trust everything he says. Corey, and you know what else is great about Corey is his favorite bottom dweller is corydoras catfish. So I know that for a fact. I heard him say it. So you guys, in America, I have this dog. She's my dog. I love her, but I had to leave her when I moved, and my parents, they stole her. They would not even let me take her if I could. So yeah, now I have to have a new pet, which is my kitten, and she's just so sweet. But I miss my dog, you guys. Do you guys have any other animals than fish? The problem with keeping cats and fish together is obviously fish like to eat, or cats like to eat fish. Mine doesn't like to eat fish. Mine doesn't even care about fish. But my cat likes to drink fish water. So I actually thought it was cute for a little while. I was letting my cat drink out of my fish tank. Because, I mean, it's not going to hurt her, right? But I didn't think, I was like, how could it hurt my fish? Apparently, when cats drink out of fish tanks, I mean, first of all, cats are disgusting animals. So they can leave bacteria in your fish tank, and it's just all bad. So that sucks. The more you know. And it's so funny. I hate telling people things like that because I don't want to seem like a know-it-all. But honey, you're in trouble. I'm staring at my cat now. You love Ember Tetras. Yeah. Yes, that is, I'm so happy you agreed with me. Ember tetras are really pretty, and ember tetras and betta fish, like or even just because they're so fast, you can keep them with a lot of betta fish. Even if your betta fish are a little bit aggressive and they chase the ember tetras, if you have a group of like 5 or more ember tetras, then they won't be able to, first of all, your betta won't be able to pick out one to you know, chase by itself. It'll be confused by how many are there, and they're so fast that your betta fish won't be able to catch them anyways. So I'm thinking about eventually having a community tank with a gentle betta and trying to have like guppies or just ember tetras with them and have it like fully planted. I think that would be really cool. I think that'd be really cool. Hi, how are you, Dad? My dad's in the chat as well, you guys. The whole family's here, other than my sister. My sister and, yeah. Dad, why aren't you a patron of mine on Patreon? Just kidding. Hi. Oh my gosh. I love Great Danes, first of all. I've always been a dog person. Until I got a cat, and now I love cats a lot. But I love dogs so much. I love big dogs. Great Danes are so cute because Scooby-Doo is a Great Dane, okay? And if I ever get a Great Dane, it's going to be a dog that looks like Scooby-Doo. And he's going to have a blue collar, and I approve. I fully approve. Jersey, how are you? My morning's going really good. It's actually 2 p.m. right now, but yeah, it's getting a little bit hot in my kitchen because I have my streaming light going, my whole studio light, and it's hot. It's just getting hot. So I think I might end the stream soon because I'm sweating. You guys can see how shiny I am right now. But how are you doing this morning? I'm happy to be streaming though. I said this earlier, I don't know if you guys were here, but I'm really happy to stream. I'm really happy to be able to like talk to you guys personally. When I first started making YouTube videos, I kind of didn't really like that I could upload videos and then, you know, chatting with people commenting on my videos is kind of hard because it's just not personal. It's not as personal as being able to talk like this. But, you know, doing YouTube obviously grew on me. And I'm happy to be able to stream and talk to you guys now. So this is something that I say that I want to do more often. But the last time I streamed was like 3 months ago or 4 months ago. And I said that time as well. But I do like streaming if you guys would like to hang out more. OMG, no. I miss you guys. I miss you guys. I do. I was just talking to Stormy yesterday. I was talking to Stormy last night about how I want to come back soon. And I wish I could come back soon. But COVID. So, yeah. That just, it sucks. I honestly don't know when I'll be able to come back. But Alyssa. You have a Labrador Retriever that'll only drink new water. That is a fancy lab. I've always, the dogs that I've had have just drank whatever water is there. But my cat is the same way. Cats are notoriously picky drinkers. And my cat, she will not drink water unless it's water that she thinks that she's not allowed to drink. So if I'm setting out water to put in my betta tanks, you know, just to acclimate, if I'm setting it on the ground for a couple of days to get rid of chlorine and chloramine or whatever, she will drink out of that water and it ruins the water that I'm acclimating. So that's really frustrating. But she'll also just like only drink water that's fresh out of the tap as well. So that's a little bit intense, isn't it? You have 2 black labs. Alyssa! Ava and Zoe. You guys, Alyssa has a million animals. Alyssa has like 18 fish tanks, first of all. She has like 1 million fish tanks. I've seen like all of her fish tanks and they're all amazing. And she has dogs. She's crazy. Bye, Monty. See you later. It was nice chatting to you. Marmaduke click. I did not know that. It's probably just because Great Danes are so cute. They're just adorable. And they're kind of like cartoonish themselves. They have like these big faces and they're just like big floppy dogs, you know? I don't know. I like Scooby-Doo. Ooh, it's a bit close, isn't it? I feel so bad for my dog. My dog was like 6 years old when I came. Aww. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, dogs are very sweet animals, so I'm positive. What was that? Is somebody outside my door? Hold on, I think somebody's outside my door, like my front door. What are you doing? Anyways, what in the world was that? I don't know. It just sounded like somebody had keys and they were like fumbling their keys to like unlock the front door. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That was weird. Anyways. It was maybe my cat. She's loud. Whew, you guys, I'm happy to chat though. I'm really happy to chat. Oh yeah, by the way, it's been a really long time since the last time that I've done this, but a few months ago I did a fish tank review for the people that are sub to my channel. I mean, not necessarily sub, but if you just email me a picture of your fish tank, I would like to like look at your fish tanks on a video and like talk about them. And I want my cat, she's so cute. I want to do that again. If anyone's interested in doing that, do you think that you'd be interested in doing that sort of thing? Anyone in chat? I know Alyssa's already done that. That's how I know Alyssa has a million tanks, because I've seen like all of her tanks and they're all amazing. I might have to show them again if I do that again. But it's kind of funny. Like, I made that video forever ago, right? And she's so cute. I made that video forever ago, and I said at the end of the video, I'm like, okay, I might make another video like this soon, so I'll put my email up. And I still get emails from people occasionally, like being like, oh, here's pictures of my fish tank. So I think that's funny. You'd oblige. Ooh. I actually do not have a Discord right now. And I'm going to say this right now for you guys. I'm so bad at social media. I don't know if you're following my Instagram, but it is a dead Instagram. I've only ever posted like 5 pictures on there, and that was like 4 months ago. So yeah, I just try not to have social medias because I know that I'm so bad at responding to things. Only on YouTube, like, and I kind of like force myself to like check everything because like it's just hard for me to do sometimes. So yeah, please. Okay, so my email, I'm gonna put it on the screen now. You guys are gonna see how fancy this is. I'm gonna put my email on the screen, and then you guys are going to send me pictures of your fish tanks. Let me do this. I'm gonna do this. You guys are gonna be shooken. This is like top tier tech stuff right now. Text. This is my email. Email me pictures of your fish tank. Email me. Yeah. Yeah. Looking good. I have to look at my fingers when I type on the keyboard too. If anyone saw that, sorry. It's embarrassing. Wow. So cool. Wow. You have a few you didn't send in. Yes, Alyssa, send me more emails of your fish tanks and I will look at them. I'm not going to promise you guys that that will be my next video. I think I have my next video in mind. The next video that I want to make is attempting to spawn my betta fish, because I read online, and I could be wrong, and if I am, someone correct me. I read online that the prime age to spawn your betta fish is when they're in between 4 months old and 1 year old. So my youngest betta fish is 4 months old now, or 5 months old now, probably, because I bought her a month ago. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to spawn my female and male betta fish in my next video, I think. But I will be uploading a video, and as well, there is not gonna be any drama. If I get sent in a fish tank that is just horrendous and it just is abusing fish, I probably will not show it. I just don't want it. I don't want the drama. I want it to be very positive, and I want to say the good things about people's fish tanks. So just keep that in mind. I got a few comments on my last video that I posted like that. Some people were like, oh, this isn't even a review. This isn't even... or you know nothing about fish tanks, stuff like that. And I was just like, this is all good. We're trying to be happy and fun. This is a fun time. Do not be mean. Ugh. Yay, fancy. No, thank you so much for watching, and I'm always happy to help you. I'm always happy to help people if there's, especially with corydoras. I love corydoras, and I will help everybody with the knowledge that I have if I can. What sort of corydoras did you end up spawning, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, BRK. I kind of was thinking that as well, but I have a lot of room. If my betta fish end up spawning, I'll probably just have like a bucket. I'll end up just using like a bucket for the first few days, and then I'll fix up my... Here, I'm touching the mic, you guys. It might be a little bit loud if you have on earbuds. Okay. The water looks green, but that's just tannins, by the way. It's the weird like off-white balance that I have going. What was I saying? Yeah, I'll probably have a bucket for the first few days, and then I'll fix my 20-gallon fish tank, and after that I will probably move them to my 230-liter tank if my tank ever ends up like not being diseased, you know? I don't know. They're also, it's kind of scary spawning betta fish as well, because they're so mean. Like I would be so scared to spawn betta fish, and I probably am going to be, just because I don't want them to kill each other, and I will think they're killing each other, and I'll just separate them. And yeah, I don't want them to get hurt. Like, look at her, she's so cute. You can't die. You're so chunky. Ignore the haters, Michael. It's kind of hard. It's so funny because so many people can be supportive of you, and then right when one person says something that isn't nice or is negative, it just sticks in your head. And even though so many people are nice and people are overwhelmingly nice, it's easy to just remember and be hung up on like mean comments. And not only that, like I'm usually really good with handling mean comments. I'm actually really good at that. It's the comments that are disturbing, the ones that I don't like. I really don't like the comments that are just weird. Like, there's so many people that are just weird on the internet, you know? Oop. Come on, focus. Look at his tail. Look at his little pitiful bubble nest. You have 1,000 gallon and 350 gallon and a 75 gallon. Would you show it on here? Maybe not on this live stream, just because I don't want, I don't know. I just, I don't trust links really. It's not you, it's just links. But if you email me pictures of your fish tanks, then I will make a video eventually, you know? Can I, hold on, let me put on the stabilizer so you guys don't have to see me shake so much. There we go. Oh, that's so much better. Look at the difference. And then this is like the very mega stabilizer. Doesn't that look so much better? Hi from Australia. Hello, Ryan. How are you? Isn't this pretty? Do you guys remember what this moss wall looked like when I first planted this tank, or I first set this tank up? This moss is growing so much. Like, it was literally like to here, and now it is so far out. Dude, I feel so, I'm shaking so bad right now, and you guys can't even tell. Isn't that sick? So that is your go-to coffee cup for 100 years now. Did you buy a blender just for the coffee cup? No, that's so funny, you guys. So when I lived in America, I lived with my parents, and I always drank out of this cup. It wasn't this particular cup, but it was one of these kinds of cups. I'm sure everyone knows what this cup is. It's like, it's for NutriBullet or something. I actually don't even know, but I used to only use that cup to drink coffee, and now that I've moved to Australia, I found a cup exactly like it, and I only use these cups to drink coffee. No, I didn't buy a blender. Reef had them already from his like old apartment, and he was gonna throw them out, and I was like, no way. And I was like, I need to have them, and they like stunk like old cups, and I had to wash them so bad, but I did. Hi. You never breed anything. You're trying to breed neon tetras because you keep like 100 of them in a 55 gallon. That is intense. I've never been able to breed tetras. Look at these ones. These are guppies. I've never been able to breed tetras. I feel like it'd just be hard to do. Like, I've watched videos on how to breed cardinal tetras. I have a ton of cardinal tetras, and I just have never been able to do it. Not that I've tried. I just, for some reason, I imagine it'd be very hard to do, you know? She's so pretty. I just recently found your channel, and I think you're doing a great job with your videos. And that's true. There will be many videos. Michael, well, thank you. I've actually been making YouTube videos for a decently long time now. I used to stream on Twitch, so I've been doing this whole internet thing for like 4 years now, probably, or 5 years now. It took a long time to get used to editing videos in a way that is attractive. Like, if you go to my older videos, I want to delete them because they're so ugly, but I can't. Like, it's just stupid. I wouldn't do that. You guys like my email on the screen right now? Should I take my email off? Do you guys all have it? Yeah, so it's been a process to do. It's fun to do, though. Like, they kind of go hand in hand now, like fish keeping and making YouTube videos. I wouldn't do one without the other, I don't think. I love fish a lot, but it's just synonymous to me now. What stabilizer and camera? I want to get one, but I use my iPad because my iPhone camera isn't the best. Okay, so this camera is the Sony ZV-1. It is the newest camera Sony has released, I think, and it's marketed towards people that make YouTube videos and upload videos, pretty much. So it has a really good autofocus. Like, it has grade A autofocus, best autofocus in the game. The colors are amazing. It's fairly expensive, though. I know what you mean, though. I used to use my iPhone for everything, but yeah, this is the Sony ZV-1. The stabilizer is built in, so this stabilizer is just in the camera. The thing is with stabilizers is they crop your video crazy. Like, let me take the stabilizer off real fast so you can see how crazy the stabilizer is. So that is it with it not stabilized. And this is with the stabilizer. So it can be kind of hard to make videos or find a good cropping length if you're making your own videos with your face and stuff, but I think it's so nice. They are in it with a angelfish and a bristlenose. Fancy otter. Oh, they're peppered. Okay, I love peppered cories. I used to think that they weren't really good looking a long time ago. And then I saw somebody else who makes YouTube videos. I saw them. They had a group of spawning corydoras, peppered corydoras. And they're just so cute. Like, they're huge. They're big. And they look so good. So I really want to get them. And they kind of have a different body shape than corydoras. Corydoras aeneas. I don't want to say, I don't know how to pronounce that, but albinos and bronzes. You bred your rosy loaches. Oh, rosy loaches. I don't know what a rosy loach is. That's so cool. See, I have Pakistani loaches or yo-yo loaches, and I read online that they're so hard to breed, and they actually have never been bred in captivity, so I don't even think I should try. But oh, look, here's a guppy. Hi, guppy. Oh, you emailed me my tank, or you emailed me your tank. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna delete this this thing on my screen now, just because I think it's just in the way of everything. So I will look at that, and I probably won't email you back until after I upload that video, just because I want it to be like fresh, like a fresh reaction to the pictures, because I just won't open them. You have blue on yours, huh? You're a star now, Jersey guy. Now you're buttering my buns. That is just overly flattering. I don't believe that for a second. Ooh, cute. He's so, isn't he kind of weird looking? I feel like he's kind of, I don't know. He looks like a mean betta fish. Oh, what was that? Oh, is he gonna flare? Look, she's harassing him. Uh-oh. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, no. Look at, this is what she does. She will sit right here, and she stares at him, and she makes him so mad. Look at him. He's flustered. These are betta fish. So this is, oh, the Endler guppies. The guppies that I have in my tank are Endler guppies. I wish that I had a mirror so I could show you guys his flare. He actually isn't really, like, I can have a mirror up to the glass, and I don't think he would attack it. Maybe if I put this up. Do you see yourself? Uh-oh. You gonna go? What is he doing? This blackworm bag is kind of reflective, so when I put this blackworm bag up to my other betta fish, he freaks out. This one, he's pretty like docile though. Oh. He only really gets mad when his girlfriend looks at him. But look at his fins. He's curious. He's so cute. Look at him. Focus. There you go. Can amber tetras go with bettas in a 10-gallon? Yes, they can. It kind of depends on the aggression of your betta fish. Like, if your betta fish is too aggressive, you might not want to keep them with any fish. But amber tetras tend to be like very fast. So if you keep them with a betta fish, then they're too fast for the betta fish to catch usually. And if you're supposed to keep them in a group of 5 or more anyways, but if you have them in a group of 5 or more, your betta fish can't zero them out. So yeah, you can. And I feel like it's a huge misconception. A lot of betta fish would be fine with tank mates, maybe not in a community tank, but because they're not as fast, not a lot of them are very fast, and you can get fish that are pretty fast and are, you know, hard to track. Like, I know green neon tetras are also I recommended tank mate for betta fish as well because they're so fast and they're tiny. Is it true that betta fish grows longer fins in bigger tanks? I don't know. Oh, welcome back, Dracolite. What's up? I don't think so. I think that it's all genetics. Maybe if you feed, maybe when they're fry, if you feed them a ton of food, like a ton of protein-rich foods, they'll grow more. But I don't think that they grow if they have a lot of room. Like these ones naturally, not naturally, these betta fish have been bred to have short tails. They're half moon placats, so they're half moons with short tails. When you shut the room lights off and the tank light is on, my betta starts flaring at his reflection in the glass like crazy. That can be sucky though, can't it, Alyssa? Like, you don't want to have to worry about your fish over flaring, I hear. I've never had that problem, but with Sherman, my betta fish with a veil tail, he used to flare a lot and he would rip his fins because he would flare so much. You don't have to worry about that happening with half moon placats so much, but yeah, it can be sucky. Like, it's actually so funny. So when I did a water change for Sherman a while ago, I didn't know that he did not like the reflective surface of this. So I was kind of like organizing around his tank and I leaned the bag against his tank like this, and he was just freaking out forever and I could not find out why he was freaking out so bad. And then I realized, you know, what was happening eventually, like a few hours later, and I felt so bad because he was freaking out for hours. That's funny. That's funny. This light that I have right here, it has, ooh, I just zoomed in. This light right here, ooh, isn't that funny? Look. So this right here is my original light that I got from a appliance store right here, and it's not even for aquariums, but I literally, I just ghetto rigged it so bad to stay up there, and it immediately like broke. But I'm hanging this aquarium light up by thread, not thread, but like food cord or whatever I think it is, or maybe it's arts and crafts cord. And then this light right here, which is for my 20 gallon that doesn't work anymore, this light is being hung up by plastic bits of something, I don't even know. Skippity Skip, how are you? I'm happy to see you. You made it in time to stare at my fish. I kind of took the camera off me because I'm sweating too much, but you painted 410 and purchased a window tint to black out your tanks. Oh, right, Kevin. I saw that on Simply Betta. She bought car tint, like window car tint, for the backgrounds of her tanks, and I guess that works really well, doesn't it? Oh my god. Honey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Honey. She's on the panini press. Honey. What are you doing? She's curious what I'm doing because I've been here for so long. Oh my gosh. What are you doing? She doesn't even care about fish at all. She never tries to eat them. She just wants to drink their water. Honey. She's so cute. I can't have her around my coffee and this laptop. She's gonna knock it over. Honey, no. Oh my gosh, she's gonna shut the stream off. You knock it off. You. Honey. She's so cute. She is so beautiful, isn't she? Oh, I thought that was... I have such bad eyes. You guys might not know that about me, but I have like really bad eyes. I thought that hang loose emoji was pizza. I was like, you got pizza, skippity skip. I want some pizza. You feel uncomfortable with that hanging light. You know it's probably safe, but it gives you anxiety. I always keep a lid on my tank. I wouldn't have the light hanging there if the lid wasn't there. Dude, I definitely... That would suck so bad. Oh gosh, do not step on the laptop. I would not feel comfortable with that light hanging above an open tank. You're so sweet. Whoa. Oh, Steve. Any way to tell a red-tailed shark's sex? I actually have no idea. I haven't kept very many fish. I've kept betta fish, obviously. I've kept some tetras. I've kept corydoras, guppies. I've kept swordtails. I haven't kept very many fish that can get big because I don't have a very big tank. So I don't know much about that, but I'm sure someone else in the comments does. I'm gonna climb the lights on the ladder. Don't mind me, Mom. She will, Alyssa. Alyssa, you know what she does? She gets... Oh, I'm gonna show you guys. It's so funny. She gets up on top of the fucking fridge. Sorry, I don't mean to curse. She gets on top of the fridge. You see that? I wrote that on the fridge because only idiots sit there. And then she gets back there and she jumps up on top of this, and then she'll crawl along that. And it's so scary to see. Like, I don't want her to crawl on top of that, at least, because for one, there's like seeds up there. This is seeds that have been drying forever. Yeah, it's just funny. She really wants to mess my little gig up. Do I live near an airport? Can you hear the airplanes? I do live near-ish